I like Knight in Knight. Wow, this is so busted. That's far too much damage. Mind reading abilities on or like X-ray. Wait, what? Why? What? Okay, what is this fight? Is this scene going to be the first time when I cry on the irae? I think this is the episode. Sakurai brought out her trump card. Whoa, her creation figment, isn't it? Let's see. The goddess Izanami, her light forever extinguished. I knew what this was. It was just like Rusauka Nachtserer and Wilhelm Knight of the Bloodstained Roses. The ultimate killing technique, possessed by the members of the Obsidian Round Table, a creation figment. I heard Izanagi name before. I'm not sure where. If she released it, it was all over. I couldn't let her do that. I didn't know what kind of creation figment she had. But it would literally spell death for me in this state. I would lose. So my only option would be to master and unleash my own Beriak right here and now. Yeah, then you're protagonist, so you'll probably do that. But did I have enough time? But then, just a split second before the scales of life and death were about to turn against me, it happened. The Beriak degree was about creating your own rules. Born from the most powerful wish, carved into the medium soul, they bound and changed the world, giving birth to an alternate reality. His dream was to become a vampire. A bloodsucker of the night. He was born, a cursed child, who shunned the sun. He wished to become a demon that reigns supreme in the dark of the night. At that exact moment, gouging dejection, coupled with unbearable exhaustion, trampled down Shiro's whole body. I thought like Shiro would shoot him at this point, but okay, his blood, essence, soul, and everything else he needed to live was being sucked dry. The charged roof dried up instantly and cracked. The nearby trees wilted. The only vitality filling the bloody darkness around them was Wilhelm's hearty laughter. That's a sick background. I like Knight in Knight of Wilhelm's. Again, at the castle. You can play with us at our castle too. Okay. Okay, that means just basically that Shiro's soul will be sacked and sent to the castle, so he will be like sacrificed for Swastika, right? His draining powers were far beyond what he would display at the school. Adding one layer of night on the under had boosted his abilities. He looked down at the stone paving below to see her lying there completely motionless. Whenever she was dead or not, time was not on their side. This wasn't good, not at all. It was fortunate that there wasn't much distance between him and Wilhelm, but Shiro couldn't have moved an inch, but nailed to the cross. Shiro resolved himself and tore off his mummifying arm. Ooh! He was in luck with how brittle it had gotten. Half of the skin on his right shoulder broke off like sugar cubes. Oh my god. He would have been able to use that. He wouldn't have been able to use that arm anyway. He kicked off the ground, intending to tilt the rest of and throw it away. The recoil of the kick caused him to spin to the other side of the cross. It felt like even the air between the two was going to burst screaming at that moment. The night of bloodstained roses was greedily sucking away the vibrancy of very existence. By the way, it's possible that this is actually not the same episode, but another one. I could have cut previous episode in like weird place, and this episode might be actually another one. I will see, because I can cut at the point where Sakura is about to use her third degree. It might be the case, I'm not sure. I feel like I would like to read like until the end of this fight, but yeah, I will see. I will see how I will edit it out. Maybe it will be just long episode, who knows. The night of Rusty Roses, greedily sucking a bite of rest, yeah, okay. Thirst and starvation, an insatiable lust. Strip Wilhelm down to his core. That was all he was about. Yeah? Shiro was at the worst position possible, but it was also his big chance. His opponent had exposed his weak points. Now was the time for Shiro to exploit them. However... Okay. Wilhelm casually snapped his fingers at the precise moment. Dozens of stakes suddenly sprout out of the thin air all around Shiro and pierce him in an instant, turning him into human pincushion. Okay, so we are not going to defeat Bay. Okay, this is actually bad. While he could only sprout stakes from his body when in Yetzirah, Beriah was a completely different story. For the space around them itself was the manifestation of the vampire night. Do you know he has silver bullets? Shiro kept on holding onto his gun, feeling like the harpooned shark. Wilhelm knew all too well what his plan was. Wow. So he actually noticed, okay. That was that a cry of rage or despair? Either way, Shiro's secret strategy had been busted. He was positive Wilhelm hadn't seen him, so where he had learned that fact? Wow. Wow, this is so busted. Wow. Wilhelm is so busted.
言っとくがこりゃ特別なことじゃねえんだぜ。戦争やってりゃ誰でもそれくらいには敏感になる。まあ察するところ銀だろ。
Yeah. She was squared and drained. A Horace's shaking voice emerged from his throat, possibly a death throat.
してたのかよ。お首をな。
Wilhelm let out a dismissive snort. His insight, no vigilance, was a better way to put it. Was not to be trifled with. That was what it meant to be blood-sucking demon. They honed their strength to the max precisely because they possessed tons of weak points. Yeah, I mean, you are basically the human that turns into the vampire and stuff. Yeah, okay. That was also what it meant to be a soldier. To kill your opponents and survive. Being an expert of that skill was an absolute condition to being the war demon of the Obsidian Table. The ones that ultimately fell were half asset and unqualified weaklings. Not like him, he would keep on living regardless of the odds. A dark phoenix who existed eternally in this night. In this world, he would prove that the fact and the ascent of the Golden Castle for sure this time. Okay then, now... Oh, sorry, I had no sound for a second in the game. I thought I'm reading this. The stakes pulsated and expanded. Wilhelm could probably make Shiro's shivered body burst into pieces with a single thought. Well, that sucks. But a split moment before he could do so, Shiro had been fatally wounded and stood at the death door, and yet there was a smile on his lips. Limbs cracking apart, hair crumbling like sand. Yet he regarded the rose knight with fearless eyes. Shiro is like not surviving this. There's no way. Even if he by some weird miracle hit him with this bullet, he's not surviving this. There's no way. That's far too much damage. As if to tell Wilhelm that he was the one who would die tonight. He had been robbed of his essence. His body was as withered as parched tree. That was the result of his opponent's weakening power. Those brutal acts were far removed from the fair and square tenets of the chivalry. Okay. It had nothing to do with how fucked up his bloodline was. Okay. Those words stuck deeper into Wilhelm's chest than anything else. Wait. Oh, that's Shiro's talking. It's second time in fight between Bei and Shiro when I mistook the dialogues between them. Wow. The first time when they had the fight, I was confused for like some time because I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, it's supposed to be Shiro who's talking. And it's like Bei, and this is again, I was like, wait, what? Okay, now it makes sense. He couldn't even rage. He knew he was strong. No other than gold could beat him. Whoa, what is that? Are these like Bei eyes? What? He would win. And then he would finally ascend to the castle. Damn! Oh, they've already become his fang. Okay. Holy shit, Bei looks... What is that? Bei literally turned into like shadow mass. What? A demonic rose sprouted in the darkness with the deafening below. Wilhelm's whole body turned into stakes, all pointing Shiro. Okay, so he can just like melt his body into the weapon. Okay. Is she going to shoot Bei? Is she still alive? Faced with the basic Kaziku Bei, Shiro instead turned to the girl below and smiled. Back when he'd broken into the school with friend Shiro had sent Ellie on an absolutely vital errand. She went to go pick up an item in his place, okay? And that item was about to prove useful in the 11th hour, okay? Why? A hand grenade, oh! Okay, slip out of his pocket. The pin already removed. It rolled over the space between him and Wilhelm just before the explosion. Okay, so he's using the same tactic as he did in the school, basically using like the flame or explosion to just send himself flying. Like, it will be painful and have high possibility of killing him, but it's still not 100% kill. If like otherwise, like Bay would just murder him. So it's a good strategy in this situation. The grenade detonated into flames and shrapnel, in addition to silver. Oh! It was under weakness of the vampires. Oh, okay. I thought like grenade was like filled with like silver pieces and then like shrapnel of silver just hit him. Okay, so the hit as well. Okay, I actually didn't thought about this. However, no matter how hard Shiro tried to play his weak points, Wilhelm couldn't be beaten down with the firepower alone. He broke through the flames, slowly approaching the battered Shiro. That sealed his fate. Okay. Sucked dry by the night of the bloodstained roses, the church roof had reached its limit. It couldn't withstand the granite explosion in the state. There's a giant hole open directly where Wilhelm took a step. Is he going to fall down onto like Sakurai and Ren? Really? And who else should be down there in the capital, if not? Yeah. And also that will bring oxygen so Ren can like actually fight again. Okay, he hadn't seen it coming at all, Ren even less so. The sealed chopper they were fighting in literally erupted into the sky. Kay Agnerbere breathed fire. The ensuing sword fight had set everything aflame. The posts and the wall ornaments had already completely burned down, and this room was now filled to the brim with combustible carbon monoxide. Had been connected to the outside. Wait! Did Shiro just detonate the whole church? And so what would actually follow next? Oh. Wait, what? What? Okay. A phenomenon where a sudden influx of oxygen caused fire to reanimate and explode. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Of course, no matter how large it was, mere fire could not fatally wound Ren or Kay. However, but he was an exception. Fire was among vampires' greatest weakness. Wait, so he's not going to even like finish him with silver? He would like burn him? Like, what? Swallowed up by the explosive burst of flames below him, Wilhelm suffered nearly fatal damage in but a single second. Okay, that was freaking insane. I didn't expect Shiro to actually use... Like, okay, first of all, how would he know what's happening inside? Shiro, what the fuck? This guy have like some like mind-reading abilities or like X-ray. How do you know that there's like no oxygen below you? Like, how? Just what? How? That makes no sense. It was cool though, yeah. But he nonetheless approached Shiro with fierce tenacity. Though the majority of his body had been reduced to cinders, Wilhelm's bloodlust was as fierce as ever. What's more, there was no doubt the explosion had wounded Shiro far worse than Wilhelm. Though he would avoid a direct hit, he was still made of flesh and blood. Shiro had taken about 60% of the damage, while Wilhelm took 30%. He had to quickly finish the demon off. Or that was it. He forced his crumbling left hand to rise, firing a silver bullet for a killing blow. Okay. He dodged the bullet, yet didn't. It both missed him, and didn't at the same time. Okay. The bullet had been aimed for his head, but thanks to the gun weight, Shiro's aim was off. However, it still hit Wilhelm right in the chest, though he managed to deflate his muscles before it reached his heart. Okay, so he changed trajectory while bullet was inside of his body. What the fuck, Bay is so freaking insane. He has so insane like fighting instincts. This is just incredible. It was night unbelievable how tenacious and bad at the giving up these two were. On that aspect alone, they were worthy of being liable champions. Yeah, like Eldritch. Oh, Ren! I thought like Eldritch, okay. Though the two of them believed in different people, they let out identical roars, clashing fiercely. They fell from the blazing church roof. Death would greet them seconds later. Wilhelm aside, Shiro would be beyond help once he crashed into the stone pavement. Yeah. If whoever dies first was to be defined as the loser, then the scales of the victory were currently waiting right in form Wilhelm's favor. But there was a definite difference between two of them. One of them had a goddess of victory. Someone like Wilhelm, probably abandoned by everything, would never have a deity smile upon him. Okay. Wait, what? Why? What? What's your plan? And with that, the outcome was set. Okay. What the fuck? What a scene. Okay. I'm going to like with this ratio because I want to see like full picture. Yep. Holy shit. Burn in hell. The church cross broke and fell along with them. Shiro used it as the stake to pierce Wilhelm's heart. What the hell? What? What the... Okay, what is this fight? God damn it, Wilhelm looks so dead here. Look at Shiro. Wait, I should like probably make it like cropped right now so we can see it. Look at Shiro's face. He's so happy. He's enjoying it. What the fuck? Okay, that may be like one of the most insane fights in the game. It went without saying, crosses were even more fatal to vampires than fire. No matter how immortal he claimed he was, he would never shrug off an attack like that. As long as he was a blood-sucking demon, the only one in the world, as he so proudly stated, he couldn't escape from the absolute principle. Demons of the night could not oppose holy objects. Also, wait. Rise... Your hand rise it up? What do you mean? Okay, I'm confused. Like, how this works. Is it like it happened in like split second and they were like falling? He reached his arm and grabbed the cross and the cross just like snapped because of like being crumbled and stuff? And he just like stabbed Bay with this instantly? Is that how it worked? Or the cross was already falling and Shiro just took it like in the air while it was like falling with them. Which is it? Do you know in the comments, maybe? Did he like break off the cross or it was like already falling with them? What do you think? The demon of the roses glared at Shiro just before crumbling into dust. Okay. And that marks the end of Bay. What the actual fuck? He just nuked the area. He felt a faint sense of release amidst his agony, melting into the seventh swastika. So Bay Dev opened the seventh one. So now they should just leave the area, right? In order to win. Suddenly, and I do mean suddenly, the ceiling above us exploded. Okay, so this is just before Bay Dev. I glimpsed the crimson full moon sinking deep in the night sky through the newly opened hole when there was another explosion, much bigger and louder than before. It reached all the way to us, knocking Sakura and me into the air. But I didn't have time to contemplate what had happened. My consciousness still dizzy from the aftershock, I glanced around the Sakurite. Yeah, by the way, this is all definitely another episode than the previous one. I'm doing this on like one recording session. I have like good place to end the previous episode. It's like too long. It will be like 2-hour recording at this point. I spotted a black SS uniform in the corner of my eye, still airborne. Got her. Wait, at the same time, Ren kills Sakura? Oh my god. I grabbed her sleeve and dragged her close to me. Did you just stab her? We never saw her third degree. I wanted to see it. Oh my god, and I feel still sorry about Sakurai. I held her to the floor, successfully rendering her powerless. She had dropped her Agnerbere during the explosion. Oh, he didn't kill her. Never mind. She's still alive. You didn't warn Ren. She'll still be going to be like, yeah, you need to kill me. Okay, this scene is amazing. This drawing is amazing. God damn it. Why these drawings are so good? Now that I could breathe again, I feel dizzy, but I could put up with it. We're still surrounded by the sea of flames, but it seems like the explosion had blown the chapel roof and outer walls to smithereens. There still wasn't much oxygen for comfort, but at least there was some. Sakurai looked up at me and spoke up in the quiet voice. Why she sounds like she's dying? You are not dying. Like, you are literally unwounded. And Ren's hands are normal, so you are not stabbed or anything, so... That explosion had probably been a backdraft. Once the hole in the ceiling opened up into the oxygen room, it turned every simmering flame in the room into the damn pillar of fire. Shiro was probably the one who caused it. He was sharp, so he probably predicted that this chapel would be on fire. Also, when I see the damn pillar of fire, I think about one scene of Muramasa. Who knows which scene it is. And the explosion of fire was undoubtedly a major weakness of the vampires. Jesus, that Dambas was a real piece of work. Well, we could be friends. Yeah, he's not doing that. This is the weakness of Ren. I mean, weakness like in this situation, but it's also like, yeah, we know that you don't want to like murder people like that, especially when they're like defenseless. I should kill her. I did indeed come here prepared to do exactly that, and I was still up for it just for a short while ago. Yeah, but she's like lying and she's like defenseless now, so... But... Could I really kill someone making that face?
兄さんたちのところに行ける。
Beatrice! I had to. Who's Beatrice? In this era. Beatrice and her brother. She sounds like they're like equally important to her. But we never get to see or hear about Beatrice, right? I don't remember. She just mentioned her before. But she never told who she is. Who's Beatrice for you? Was it really okay to kill her? Could I? Could I really live with such a deed?
藤井君ならきっと芸家にも勝てるよ。
From what I heard, he's way out of his league. Yeah. Eldritch will just like devastate the whole world.
私たちの代わりに彼を。
In our place. You're talking about your brother and Beatrice, I guess.
逆恨みよ。私はいつもそう。彼のせいで私の大事な人たちはいなくなった。そんな風に思うよう、もしかしたら誘導されていたかもしれない。私はバカなの。綾瀬さんよりずっと頭悪いのよ。現状から目をそらさず、楽な方に逃げず、真実の元凶に挑む。いいね。すごいね。私じゃ勝てない。私じゃ届かない。
I feel sad for Sakurai now. Oh my god. We are not killing her. I don't want to.
私は何がしたかったんだろう。本当に大事なものはなくしたら戻らないのに。
Can you not cry? Can you not cry when I feel bad about you? I'm weak against emotional attacks. That's super effective. Is this scene going to be the first time when I cry on the Asira? Tears welled up in Sakurai's eyes. Her voice trembled, but her tone remained clear, her speech swift.
いっぱい殺したし、いっぱい切った。殺してもいい人、死ぬべきだと思う人、そんな自分でゴミだと思うようなものを集めて、宝石と交換なんてありえないのに、地球とだって釣り合わないのに、好きな人たちの命を侮辱しちゃった。ごめんなさい、兄さん。
What's Beatrice to you? We need answers.
私算数もわからないのよ。
You don't even know arithmetic. I don't know as well, don't worry.
綾瀬さんに英語教えてって言わ
Oh.
れてできない。だって私の方がバカなんだもん。
だったら
I opened my mouth before I realized what I was doing.
あいつに九九でも教えてもらえよ。きっと尻尾振って喜ぶぞ。だから
What was I trying to say? I didn't really know, but my mouth just kept moving on its own.
友達いないんだろ。あんなんでよければなってもらえ。つまりなんていうか。
I clicked my tongue, irritated by my own lack of communication skills, and continued.
桜井圭は死んだ。
At the very least, that charmless bitch I knew wasn't here anymore. Not like I found her cute now or anything.
死んだから俺はもう行く。あとは腐るなり生き返るなり好きにしろよ。お前んちのお家芸なんだろうそれ。
Wow.
私
ああうるさい、もう喋るな。お前の話聞いてるといつもろくなことにならない。
私はでも
俺が勝つって思うなら信じてろ。ラインハルトなんか意地でも呼び出させねえよ。じゃあな。
I stood up with those words and suddenly remembered there was something gravely serious I had to tell her.
さっきお前を捕まえた時、思いっきり胸触っちまったけど不可抗力だからな。絶対かすみに言うなよ。
Oh my god, he grabbed her boobs. Anyway, I'd say what I needed, so I got up and left her behind. The chapel may have been blown apart, but I didn't know if that could be said for the rest of the church. Was it boobs? It was an accident. I was also worried about Shiro's safety, though I'd sensed the seventh sticker being opened. And since the Knight of the St. Roses had also disappeared at the same time, I guessed Wilhelm had to be dead. So I had to go after Father Trifa as soon as possible. If he got away, there would be no stopping the open of the 8th. And as I left, okay, I'm happy at this outcome. I heard Sakurai crying like a newborn baby behind my back. Wow. If life started with a cry, perhaps it wouldn't be too much to ask. It would end with a smile. What? Oh no! The girl crouched down next to her partner, addressing him in quiet voice. No!
前にも言ったけど、銀の弾丸って狼男じゃん。吸血鬼は確かに狼に変身するけど、
Yeah.
違うよね。
There was no answer. Oh my god, Shiro's dead too. I mean, I said he will not survive, but
吸血鬼はさ、
they will both die.
だと思うわけよ。まあ、実際聞いちゃってるんだけど、こんな話。
I think this is the episode. Ellie gave a wry smile and looked at Shiro, who's been absent-mindedly staring up into the sky.
十字架が効いたってことかもしんないね。
The usual backfire should come to expect to follow her insults never came.
一応用意はしてきてたんだよ。くい。
Shiro's eyes were faintly open. Ellie was about to wave her hand in front of them, but stopped herself short.
バカだな。
The spreading pool of blood reached up to her shoes.
何笑ってんのさ。
Ellie ran her fingers across her face to check her own expression. Is she crying? Also, why it's so weirdly cropped, by the way? This part is not me doing. This is literally how the game cropped the picture.
あったじゃんこれも。あんたが相打ちになるのだってデジャブのうちだよ。
Her front bangs got into her eyes. The scent of blood filled her lungs.
全然溶けないよ。勝手に退場して。あんたこれただの負け犬じゃんか。
As she felt around her eyes, but the tears she expected to feel weren't there.
ひどい女。
Her mouth twisted into the faint smile. Foreknowledge painted the image of everything that had happened crystal clear in her mind.
そっか。ここのスワスチカも開いちゃったからか。
Yeah. She didn't quite understand how it worked, but it seems like her sense of deja vu had gotten stronger with the opening of each subsequent sex swastika. Oh.
きっとこれからずーっと面白いことなんか全然ないのかもしれない。
Ellie took a cigarette out of her pocket. She put it to her lips, lit it, and stuck it between Shiro's frozen smile.
いつか抜け出してやるよ。そうすれば次はもうちょっと面白くなってるでしょ。
The smoke rose in the night sky. They are not showing me the picture, I'm sad. I wanted like full picture of it. I think it was just too drastic for Steam, right? So it must have like full version. If they will not show it to me, you can like post it on Discord, I guess. It must be like really freaking amazing, you know, CG. It's like the fumes of incense, isn't it? Ellie watched the cigarette smoke rise, with that thought in mind. She didn't feel much despair at all, just a slight sense that she failed. That was all. It was just the way things were then. Considering the whole picture, she did learn something new today. With the opening of the seventh swastika, the sensation of the foreknowledge had only grown stronger. The certain few would most definitely be thoughtfully relieved by that truth that impaled. After all, one failure was another success. Wow, they really did not show this picture? They really did not show me the CG? What's on the CG that Steam cannot show it? Okay, I'm counting on you on Discord to put the CG for that. Oh my god. What an episode. Actually, what a recording session, because this is probably the second episode. We never saw the... I almost cried. Almost. Oh my god. They almost got me. Ah, it was so close. Oh. Sakurai being reborn, basically. With a cry. And Shiro's died. With a smile. Holy shit. I don't think I have like anything to say about these two episodes. About this episode and this recording in general. It was just packed with emotions and with like insane fight scene. Yeah. I wonder how will this end. What will do Trifa and everyone? Will they evacuate? Will they not? I'm not sure. Anyway, I think we'll see this in the next episode. I wonder if Ellie will survive or not. I mean, she was pierced with this stake in her thigh, right? So she should not be able to stand. I think like she's probably like lying next to Shiro and bleeding as well, and she will follow up like basically his steps to her death in like few minutes or so. I think like the full CG is like containing both Shiro and Ellie. Wow, anyway, that will be it for this episode. Thank you everyone for being with me for this episode. I will see you in the next one, so leave up a like if you liked the ending of the Bei and Shiro fight, the ending of the Sakurai and Ren fight. And yeah, join my Discord if you want to discuss live as well. And you can also become a member if you want to support me that way and also have the episodes earlier. So yeah, once again, thank you everyone for supporting me, for your comments, for your likes, and I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch, let's go out.